I read somewhere that it is 5th in the country in highest rating for potential wildfires, and it's the only one in the top 5 outside of California.
Yes, I believe that's accurate based on the one of the analysis, which was a nationwide analysis.
So what are they trying to change with the WUI code at City Hall?
Yeah, so the WUI code is the Wildland Urban Interface Code.
Okay.
It governs and regulates how new construction is built within a certain area of a community. And so for the city of Austin is the only major city in Texas that has adopted a WUI code. It was last adopted, I want to say, about 5 years ago.
So we already have one.
We already have an existing WUI code.
Okay.
And so this is just an update to that. And the WUI code is an international code. So an international board is kind of each year establishes updates to the international WUI code.
Just like you would have for like electricity and plumbing standards, right?
Yes. And so then communities will adopt those codes on a regular basis. Typically, cities do not update their WUI codes or even, let's say, plumbing codes every year because that would just that would not create predictability in the housing market.
It would be an admin nightmare.
It would be an admin nightmare. And so typically you adopt new codes, somewhere between 3 to 5 years, depending on the code. So this is, it's time for our WUI code to be updated. And that includes updating the WUI map. And so in the city of Austin, we have an existing map, and the proposed map is significantly larger than that existing map.
Okay.
The new map would cover about 71% of parcels within the city of Austin and about, I think, a little over half of just the land. And that's significant. It's a huge increase in what we have today. The biggest component of that change is Zone C, which is the least regulated zone in the WUI code, but still requires certain hardening of your home protections. And
this is specific to new construction?
It's new construction and significant remodels.
Okay.
So if you're an existing homeowner, if you don't do anything to your home, I'm
not going to have to harden it from the outside?
You don't have to harden your home.
Okay.
Obviously, it's encouraged that you do if you lived in one of these zones. And there's probably some financial benefits as it relates to insurance premiums if you do. But of course, hardening your home also comes with initial upfront cost of doing that. And so that Zone C is the largest increase. It would cover, I think, 61% of the parcels in the city. And so that's where some of our concern was at when we were looking at the WUI. The main concern that we had was how will the map impact existing homeowners and their insurance costs?
Okay.
The concern that a number of our members heard was either they were concerned themselves as a homeowner that their insurance rates are going to go up, or that they had been told by an insurance agent that, hey, the city is looking into putting your property in the WUI, which probably will raise your rates. Or they're learning from past experiences with like floodplains. When the floodplain maps changed in the city of Austin, existing homeowners who weren't in a 500-year floodplain but were now put into a 100-year floodplain saw their rates increase.
Right. And people are particularly sensitive to what's going on in the homeowners insurance market right now, because in the last few years, rates have gone up a bunch, right?
A bunch.
Like we're getting more hailstorms. I think hail and wind are kind of the leading factors in driving insurance rates up because, lots of new roofs, right? And so homeowners have experienced a lot of that recently. And so now they're particularly sensitive and on guard to things that may increase that further, right?
Yes. And so, again, that was our concern. And that's kind of how we initially approached the city and city staff and council offices about that concern. We have also talked with insurance agents. Some insurance agents, while they couldn't give us a specific, they did, based on their experience, they thought insurance rates would go up for those existing homeowners if they were placed into that zone. When we've talked to representatives of insurance carriers who are the ones that actually set those models and set those rates, which I've learned a lot about the insurance industry that I did not know about until recently.
Sounds exhilarating.
For my knowledge now, your individual insurance agent apparently does not actually control your rates. It's something they are told by the carriers. This is the model, put all your information in, and that will determine that homeowner's rate. And so the insurance carriers representatives, they have expressed several times to us now that the WUI map will not impact anybody's insurance rates.